Hey guys, it's been a while since I actually did a Skeem review. I think last week's episodes I didn't do any review, so I'll kind of highlight some of the storylines which were going on last week with the ones which are happening right now. So let's start with uh, Jacobeth. So as we all know, she's madly in love with this new character, the professor. At first, things were going great, right? Everything was fantastic. But his true colors started to reveal themselves. To be honest, as a viewer, I am so interested in how this storyline is going to work out or play out. I'm very intrigued by that because his character is really unpredictable. Um, you never know what's gonna happen with him or what's gonna be with him. To be honest, like he's really unpredictable. I can't read him as a viewer. I don't know what he's up to. Like it's on a day-to-day basis with him. So I'm intrigued by that as a viewer, and I'm enjoying that character which he's portraying. Now, I have something to say about Jacobeth. For a man to come between you and your daughter, just like that, a man that you just met, a man that just gave you something that you've always wanted or yearned for, and all of a sudden you're going to let this man control the relationship you have or had with your daughter. Now, I mentioned this earlier in my previous reviews that Elizabeth started to question the professor's intentions with her mom and why he's there now. Why does she feel like there's something up with him? Like her gut instinct told her that there is something off about this man. And her instinct was right. So she started questioning him as a person, why he's there, what's the reason behind all these huge gestures that he's been doing. So once she started asking questions and once she realized that this is just a facade and that all that he's doing is just buttering up to Jacobeth for the wrong reasons, that's when his cover started to be blown. That's when now he has to do something about Elizabeth before his cover is blown, before Jacobeth really realizes what this man is all about. But Jacobeth, she's so in love, she's so infatuated, she's in this mentality of like, I'm in love, I can do whatever I want. To the extent of not believing her daughter's suspicions, to an extent to where now she's isolating her own daughter. Anything that Elizabeth is worried about or she has questions about, she won't believe her because of this man. She believes the professor over her own daughter, even when she had proof. She still didn't believe her. Which is sad. Like, if I had a child and my daughter or my son, whatever it is, comes to me and said there's something wrong about this man, I don't believe what he's selling, I don't trust him, and here's the proof, I wouldn't even question him or her. I wouldn't even think like, why are you trying to come between this relationship? Because I know my child. I believe my child because I know who who he is or who she is, because I know that person, that child of mine won't lie to me. So I will instinctively believe my child over this man. But that's not the case with Jacobeth. Jacobeth, he's mentally controlled by the professor to the point where when her own daughter came to her with the proof, with the suspicion that she has about this man, he did not believe Elizabeth. Instead of believing her own daughter, her only daughter, she decided to say, why are you trying to break up a great relationship? Why are you trying to come between me and this man? You're doubting your daughter, someone who loves you, who cares about you, over this man you just met. On top of that, she kicks her out because of this man, because of this professor. And what I hate the most is that this professor is emotionally manipulating the situation. He's guilt tripping Jacobeth into making decisions that she never would have done in the past, like quit her job just like that, after she worked so hard to go back. Secondly, she does not believe her own daughter, something that I never thought I would ever see because they were so close. They had each other's backs. But ever since this man came to Jacobeth's life, she decides not to believe her when it's the most critical, that she has to believe Elizabeth in what she's saying. But that's not the case. It's so sad to see because you kicked your daughter. You even said you are ashamed to call her your daughter because of what Luke lied about. Luke came and spent the story saying that Elizabeth paid him to lie. Seriously, I'm willing to go that far to believe two people you've never met, people you just got to know, people you hardly even scratched the surface with, over. You want to not believe your daughter, like over your own daughter. You're gonna believe those two criminals over your own daughter, just like that. It's sad because when Elizabeth just broke down because of what her mother was saying about her, it hurt. It really hurt because I don't see my own mom not believe me when I tell them, or when I tell her that something happened, or I suspect something's going on. I don't think my mom will not believe me. That's why it's so hurtful to see that a mom would believe a man she just met recently over her own daughter, someone she nursed, someone she loved since she was born, over a man. Regardless if you've been married for 25 years, 30 years, if your child comes to you and tells you something is wrong or something happened to her or to him or around him, do not second guess or ask your child, what did you do? Immediately believe that child. Immediately ask the question, what happened? How did it start? Do you know who did it? Not, why are you trying to break up this relationship, or why you lie? What are you trying to do? Where did you get all this information? Why are you lying? Why would you do that? Now let's touch on Leto's new passion. I am proud of him for going for what he's passionate about and not letting other people control what he's doing. You know, I understand where his parents are coming from, considering the history they have with like the shenanigans when he was younger, being on drugs, going out, clubbing, DJ, coming home at odd hours, being in trouble with the law. I know the traumatic situations they've been when it comes to let those actions in the past. So it's sort of difficult for the parents to realize that Leto's not the same person that he was years ago. He's grown. He now knows what wrong and right is. And he's learned from his mistakes as a person. So for them not to believe in what Leto's trying to do in terms of the business, in terms of the club, it's heartbreaking because I don't see my mom or my dad go like, I don't believe in your vision because it's something that is wrong or it's dangerous. I'm expecting my mom and dad to go like, I support you. If you need anything from me or us, just shout and we'll be there. But in Leto's case, because of the history they have with him and his shenanigans, they're quite resistant about him opening this club, which I understand. And the friends that he's currently having around him are not helping the situation. Especially the guy with the long dreads. I don't like his energy. I don't like what he's bringing to the table. He's such a bad influence to Leto. For example, when he came to the house, to the apartment, with the unlicensed gun, now Dragon has ammunition to destroy Leto because of his actions. So, by default, Leto is always in trouble because of this guy. It's not the first time Leto gets in trouble because of him. So I think what Leto needs to realize is that the friends that he associates himself with are the problem, not him. So he needs to pick the right friends and kind of cut off people who will bring him down in the process because of their actions. I'm not against this whole club thing. I think it's it's been in him from day one. I think being a lawyer was just to impress his parents, to keep them at bay because they want him to be something, to impress his mom and dad that it's not who he was or who he is. But now that he's found something that he's really passionate about and that he's going for it, regardless of what his mom and dad are saying, I respect him in terms of that. I really hope it does work out because it turns out the launch is on the 16th of December. Hey, festive season, all that craziness. I'm excited for that. But we'll see how that goes. Honestly, I'm happy for Leto that he's found his passion, his niche. Okay? As for the protests, I'm really disappointed in Leto's parents. I expect that kind of behavior from Charles, and the other, community. I get that, but not from his mom and dad. You can be against something that your child is doing, but do not be the people who are gonna bring him down. Don't be the people who are going to destroy what he's trying to build because of your fears. You can voice your concerns, you can voice your disappointment, but do not try to destroy something that he's really passionate about, or he's trying to prove to you that he's actually a changed person. That just because he's going back to what he used to do or be in the same night life doesn't mean he's going back to his old ways. He's actually legitimately trying to create jobs and create something that he's really truly passionate about, which is owning a club. You should be proud that he's following his dreams and his goals, not trying to destroy what he's trying to build. But anyway, I really enjoy what's happening currently in Skeem Summit. The storylines are really intriguing. You know, Jacobeth, Elizabeth, the professor, now Leto, and this club thing. I'm really excited to see how that's gonna go. Please let me know what you think about these current episodes of Skeem Summit and the storylines. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Don't forget to click on the notification bell to get notified when I post a new video. Peace. I'm out.